A lot of photographers think that great photos require epic locations. And honestly, beautiful places do help. There's a reason that photographers travel to the mountains, the desert, the coast, or places with incredible architecture and atmosphere. Environment matters. Place matters. Light matters. But here's the thing, a beautiful location alone doesn't guarantee a beautiful photo. I've seen incredible landscapes turned into cluttered, distracting images. And I've also seen photographers create amazing photos in ordinary pullouts, parking lots, crowded hotel rooms, plain conference spaces, messy forests, and random roadside stops, simply because they understood composition, light, perspective. So today, I want to show you how to shoot in ugly locations, or maybe more accurately, how to find potential in imperfect ones. Because great photographers don't just find beautiful places, they learn how to use them well. I'm Brenda of the Foreground, and the biggest mistake photographers make is showing too much. We look with normal eyes and something looks beautiful, so the image should look beautiful too, right? No. We have to learn to see like a photographer, and unfortunately, it's going to make you much more picky. Power lines that you used to ignore, midday sun that feels so lovely, busy backgrounds you used to just look on past. To a photographer, these are obstacles to a good photo, but they're not deal breakers. So today we're going to talk through some tips to work with what you've got, because we don't always have the luxury of perfect locations. So tip number one, it's an easy one, bokeh. Grab that fast aperture lens, drop it to f1.4 or whatever you have. You can even get a lot of blur with that f4 lens if you pick a telephoto length like 85 or longer. Then what we're gonna do is we're gonna minimize the distance to your subject and maximize the distance to the background. Let's go ahead and give it a try and see if we can make this bathroom into a dreamy bokeh background. So I'll just have you stand right in front of the bathroom there. I put on my 135 1.8 Viltrox lens. You can check out the review of that lens here. But what we're talking about right now is using bokeh to hide that ugly bathroom background. So I'm gonna get close to Mark here and take a shot. And we can see how it kind of just blurs out that background. So it doesn't matter if it's ugly. We want to make it even better. We're actually going to change what we're doing here. We're going to move this way, because what I want is I want to get the background further away, and you'll see the difference in the photo here. The further away the background is, the less we're even going to notice it. So I'm close to Mark and the background is further away and you can't even tell what it is. I'll even shoot that trash can in the background and we'll see that you still can maybe tell it's a background of trash can, but it's pretty blurred out. So that's tip one, ugly locations. Let's just blur it away so that that ugly background doesn't really matter. Okay, tip number two is going to be to change angles constantly. We want to hide any distractions and find beauty. So that's going to mean getting low, getting high, shooting tight, shooting through objects. And our goal as we're working the composition is going to be to simplify the background. That might mean hiding something distracting behind our subject, in addition to using the bokeh from step one that we talked about. Sometimes just one step to the side or a little bit of a higher angle can really help and change the photo entirely. So as you're concealing distractions behind your subject, make sure you don't have things sticking out of them, especially something sticking out from behind their head. Let's go ahead and give it a try, work the angles, and see what we can create. Okay. So I'm just gonna have you stand over there in between the bathroom and the trash can. I'm just gonna take a shot to show, here is this ugly location, here's the distractions and everything that we see. Next, I wanna hide this trash can, so I'm gonna have you come forward onto this rock, and why don't you squat down? Yeah, that looks great. So I can just hide that trash can right behind him. So here, like if I miss a little bit, then I've got that weird beer bottle like sticking out of his shoulder. But if I hide it right behind him, you don't even know that trash can's there. Another option is that I could just get higher. And so if I get higher, then that trash can's not even behind him anymore. I can get higher and eliminate the trash can from being behind him. Okay, and then another option is, let's say I want to hide that blue restroom sign, even though I could take it out these days with AI. Let's have you stand right in front of the building. You know, I could take a picture and there's like a blue restroom sign, and now we know that's a restroom. Or I can take a picture and I can put that restroom sign behind him so that it's not there. And then another option is you could sit right in front of the building, nice and close. you know, and if we just get in here close, then we don't really even know what it is that he's sitting against. So we get high, we get low, we get near, we get far, we change the angles, we hide things behind him, and changing all those angles allows us to work the scene and find something that works. All of these photos here I'm shooting with the 35 versus earlier I was shooting with the 135 for that bokeh. So you could also combine both and use a longer lens to get more bokeh in addition to changing the angles all the time. And if you want to know more about how I choose which lens I'm going to shoot, you can download our free focal length field guide, which will help you learn to see like a photographer. So check that out in the link below. So I switched lenses to my 55, and I'm gonna show just how we're gonna use some bokeh here of the foreground shooting through these rocks in order to hide kind of more of where we are and make it more interesting. So will you just sit down on that concrete, lean against the thing, and we'll just use some foreground and some bokeh together to make a more interesting frame. All right, tip number 3 is find the beauty. So in addition to removing the distractions like we just practiced, we need to learn how to find something beautiful in the ugly. We want to look for light, texture, color, patterns, layers, something interesting that we can use to create a beautiful composition out of an ordinary location. Let's give it a try. All right, so this one's gonna be hard because I'm gonna make beauty out of this trash can, and my goal is gonna be to have some element of the trash can in the shot, and we'll see how this goes. I'll start with some low-hanging fruit. I'm gonna have you just sit and lean against the trash can here. Man leaning against the trash can, like nobody really wants to take that picture. But if I get in close, I have a 50mm lens on now. Get in close and I can just kind of, you don't even know, it just looks like a black backdrop. And that highlight is a little harsh, but if you like look towards it, yeah.
You go blind.
Go blind while you're at it. Okay, so that's man leaning against the trash can. Let's see what else we can do. Let's play with like where this light meets the thing here. No, I need you to stand because that light's high, and I'll get like a sun flare maybe here. Okay, so now we got like man standing next to a trash can. That's really finding the beauty right there, right? So maybe not a photo I would choose to take. I would actually just choose to move away from the trash can, but for the sake of this, let's have you sit on the fence. And what do we find? Like, this is cool. He's got like a shadow, right? So like, that's interesting. And how much of the trash can do I have to have in there for it to count as the ugly location? Because once I just eliminate the trash can, like, it's not that ugly of a location anymore. So I could also like use the trash can as like my foreground. Oh God, it smells so bad. Okay, so by no means beautiful pictures, but using some techniques of looking for the beauty in order to make a prettier picture. Tip number 4 is to use light to simplify. Good light will naturally draw our attention, and sometimes ugly locations become usable simply because the light isolates your subject from the distractions. So this might mean putting your subject in a pocket of light or using shadows to hide the clutter. Maybe you'll backlight your subject. If we're inside, we're going to use window light in a boring room. Or in Colorado, we might just wait 5 minutes for the light to improve. We can't always remove the distractions, but we can guide the eye. Let's go ahead and give it a try. All right, so we're gonna use light here to try to make this scene better. So I'll just have you stand right here at the edge of the light so that you're gonna be in full sun. And then the background is darker. So him being in full sun helps me, and then I'm gonna hide that sign behind him. And if I underexpose it a little bit so that the background kind of just gets dark, then we're focused on how light he is. Or, oh, there's my lovely trash can over there. But if I hide it behind him and I get some backlight. Okay, so let's go ahead and get on the fence. We'll shoot. Check your balance. Can you look off to your left? So we've got nice light, which distracts us from the fact that we are hanging off of a fence in a parking lot. So again, like, not epic photos, but using our techniques to make pretty photos in an ugly location. Honestly, it's kind of hard for me to show you these images because they're not perfect and they're not locations that I would choose to shoot. But in some ways, they challenge my skills more than taking a photo of some iconic location. It's much easier to make Yosemite look beautiful than a cluttered conference room or a parking lot. Earlier in our career, Mark and I shot in a lot of ugly places, and it was hard. We had to learn how to make good photos anywhere. Talk about stress. But that was crucial to our growth as photographers. Now, I don't worry. I can walk into any room or landscape and figure it out. Sure, I'd love it if the architecture was stunning or the sunset was glowing, and when I do control the setting, I choose something beautiful. But the reality is that as much as I want to capture sunsets, I want to be able to make beautiful photos anywhere, at any time of day. So I'm curious, what kind of ugly locations are you dealing with? Because ugly is all relative. Here I am in the beautiful sunshine amongst the trees, and sure, there's an ugly bathroom or a dumpster or a fence, but I want to know, what are the challenges that you're dealing with? Let me know, and I'll see you in the next one.